Hello, good morning. It's been a while. So sorry I've not been able to post any video before now. That's because I lost my voice two times in a month. The weather here is very cold, sometimes hot. So we are just in between. Sorry, I'm very, very sorry for not posting videos because I know some of you contacted me asking for more videos. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't beat a child. What beating does to a child. Most times as parents, we beat kids because we don't want them to do the same thing again, or maybe because we are too in a hurry. We don't just want any explanation. Why are you doing this, or why are you doing that? Or we go back, so that the child stop whatever he's doing. I mean, whatever nonsense he's doing. So, but the problem is this: as parents, we forget something when we do that. Yes, we are looking for the easiest way to do things. We think that because we're brought up like that we should treat our kids like that. I remember a guy once told me that stop saying we shouldn't beat kids. What do you mean? Do you know whom I would have been if my parents didn't beat me? And then my question is that, do you know whom you would have been if your parents never beat you? Because that's what, so long as you didn't experience the other side of the, how will I call it? You never had parents who never beat you. Of course, you will never know who you have been or how you would have behaved or the kind of adult you would have been if your parents didn't beat you. Okay, now I'm a good example. I know my dad, I had a very, very strict dad and all of that. But when it gets to me, when they had me, they find it very difficult. My father changed all of a sudden. And I remember those days, they were like, oh, she will get spoiled. Oh my God, she's a girl. Tomorrow she'll get married. How is she going to raise her kids if you don't beat her whenever she messes up and all that? But look at me today. So I'm doing well for myself. I wasn't spoiled. I became a teacher and still preaching to other teachers to stop beating kids. Now, let me go straight to the point. Reason why you shouldn't beat a child is there's just one reason why you shouldn't beat a child. Let me tell you, when you beat a child, there are several things you do when you beat a child. When you beat a child, you shut the child up. You will definitely have a child who is either always moody, sad, in his corner or in her corner. Okay? Or you have a child who is scared of you and who can never trust you. What do I mean by that? Let's say something happens, the child will never tell you. Even if the child is not at fault, he will still never tell you because he believes that if he tells you, you will beat him or her. Then, thirdly, by beating a child anytime he messes up, you're teaching him that every problem can be solved through beating. Meaning that if you beat him because he did something wrong, then when he sees anybody doing something wrong, he will beat the person. Instead of correcting or, discussing with the person to know why did you beat your child? Why did you do this? Why, this is wrong. But we don't have that time, as parents, most parents don't have that time. No, that's too much now. Do I have that time? I'll just beat the child and she will just stop whatever rubbish she's doing and we move on to something else. Okay, then your child is sad, moody, scared of you, can never confide in you for any reason. You prefer talking to your neighbor, talking to your friends who do not beat their kids, who are always, in constant interaction with their kids. Okay, good. Then the other one that is not quiet, that is not scared of you, would think that beating is normal. So He will grow up into an adult that will be beating his kids. And you know what? The bad part of it is that the adult will be beating his wife, or the lady will be beating her husband. Whenever he does anything wrong, he will say that a slap on the face, because that was what he was taught. He'll turn to a bully, a violent person. And when you now gather all these things, the different characters that your kids would develop when you beat them, when you gather everything together, you find out that these kids will never have self-esteem. They will never have any self-esteem. They will have low self-esteem. They cannot measure up with the kids of their age, as in their age mates. They cannot. They cannot, how will I put, be inquisitive, nor curious, because if we go anywhere, my mom would tell me to sit down here and to shut up. I shouldn't ask questions. I shouldn't talk to anybody unless she asked me to talk. You have children who are not independent. You have children who have so many questions to ask, but they cannot. And one of the first questions they will ask is this. They will be asking themselves is this: why is my mom like this? Why is it that this other person doesn't beat her child? Why is my mom always beating me? Why is my dad always beating me? I once read a post on Facebook when a woman said that her husband beat the child because the child was crying at night. A 2-year-old boy beat the child until he was bleeding. Reason being that the child shouldn't be crying by that time of the night, that he's actually disturbing his sleep. I also heard and read another message where a woman said that the child misbehaved, and she beat the child, and when the husband came, he beat him too. I don't know. As parents, are you supposed to be bullies? Are you not supposed to be there to interact with your kids? Help your children grow. So why are you causing more problems to them? Most of these kids will grow up sad. Most of these kids will turn to touts, bullies. And you'll be like, where did he learn it? I heard he beat his wife. Yes, he beat his wife because you started beating him first. He thought that every wrong should be corrected through beating. So he's just reproducing what you taught him, you see. So please, dear parents, there are different ways to talk to your kids and stop them and raise them properly, or stop them from doing what you don't want them to do, the wrong things. You can always interact with these children. See, as a teacher with about 23 years of experience, I can tell you that the easiest way to raise a child is through interaction, communication, dialogue with your kids. Talk with your kids. Stop this beating. It's not solving any problem. Okay, you've been beating your child. Let's be realistic. Has he or she stopped the same thing you asked him or her to stop when you first beat him or her? No, they keep doing the same thing. But when you talk to a child and you explain, you give reasons why the child shouldn't do that, believe me, the child will stop it. I'm talking as a mom, I'm talking as a teacher. So please, as from today, why don't you try this? Try my advice. Let me just put it like that. Try it. Talk to your kids. Whenever there is anything wrong, make them talk to you. Ask them reason why they did this or that. Even if you have told them not to do this before, like a countless time, ask them reason. They should have a reason. Then correct them nicely. Please stop beating your kids. You're teaching them to be bullies. You're also making them lose their self-esteem. Please stop beating. I hope you listen to me, and I can't wait to hear from parents who must have tried out everything I've explained in this video, and let me know how it went in your home. Have a lovely day and catch you next time. Bye-bye.